Greetings from Tier Foreman, authors and owners of PAN Scopics, a full-featured enterprise GIS application. Today I'd like to speak to you about street building. Most cities in the United States and Canada have street centerline shapefiles from the U.S. Census as well as the Geological Survey. Just download the file in your business. This file offers essential road infrastructure for the entire city, necessary geometry for building the remainder of the city infrastructures, scale and area projection information, all the intersections, street segments, terminations, and street classifications. With this road centerline shapefile, we can generate other shapefiles for managing many of the public access infrastructures. Take a look at the following example of how PAN Scopics can generate a street segment using a street centerline. Take a look at the intelligent generation of dependent geometry. Because the street centerline was there, we were able to 1. Look at how both ends of the centerline ended, termination, transition, T or four-way intersection. 2. By predefined and customized standards, the widths of street, curb, sidewalk, parking, lane, lane count, planting area, and center treatment. 3. The complex path geometry. 4. End offsets from intersecting streets. Not only can we do straight streets, but curved and complex twisted streets. Parallel lines from a closed polygon consistently drawn in clockwise direction, up the left side and back down the right side, save a lot of drafting time. Doing them one at a time is great, but becomes tedious. By selecting many center lines, we can run a batch of street segments, the complexities of each segment getting full attention to detail along the way until all the city streets have been realized. Notice the gaps at the intersection points of the center lines. A mouse click at this juncture highlights all three streets that converge to the same point. PAN Scopics knows that a T must be drawn because of the street count being 3. Note the complex return radii complying to national standard measurements, though always customizable for special cases. Because there are no curves in ESRI shapefiles, look at the smooth arcs drawn with straight line segments. Beautiful. A four-way intersection is even more complex. This saves the engineer hours and hours of drafting time. The center lines provide a perfect framework on which to flesh out the public fairways. By the way, each piece of geometry can be exported in perfect scale to a drafting application for further engineering. Batching intersection generation is the way to go. The same attention to detail is focused at each junction. As each intersection is considered, the software decides what type of intersection should be done. Transition, T, or four-way is placed appropriately according to the street intersection count. Think of the hours this saves. It's phenomenal. A street termination is a whole science by itself. Hammerheads, cul-de-sacs, butts, and closures are all decisions to be made by the city engineer. There is no inherent way of determining the type of termination to generate from the street centerline structure. A batch of cul-de-sacs can be generated using the selection set table. At least the centerlines tell us where the end of the street is. Some of the advantages of generating the road infrastructure from the centerlines is surface area calculations for repavement projects. 2. Surface painting profiles for street maintenance. 3. Road signage placement. 4. Document imaging linked to specific intersections, road segments, and terminations. Audio, video, invoices, photography, engineering drawings, construction, journals, invoices, cost auditing can be attached. Traffic control lights. 6. Outdoor lighting and placement and management. 7. Sidewalk maintenance. 8. Manhole and valve vault management. 9. Sewer, power, waterline management. 10. Hydrant and emergency access management and design. 11. Sweeping, sanding, scraping, and salting routes. 12. Traffic flow studies, etc. Literally everything hangs from the road framework, a finite and auditable asset management process.